This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth with breaking news about a cyber attack that just happened in the US involving a water utilities system. US water utilities targeted by foreign hackers, prompting calls for cybersecurity overhaul. And the states and Congress are now scrambling to secure their water systems against cyber attacks. This comes just less than a month after Chinese hackers allegedly attack US water systems, ports, and a power grid. The Chinese hacker group Volt Typhoon have allegedly targeted American infrastructures such as power communications and water utilities. Now, this is significantly different from the recent hacks that we've seen involving stolen data, like when a ransomware group claimed to have breached all of Sony's networks and is selling all of that data, or when hackers stole ancestry data of around 6.9 million users from 23andMe, which has finally been confirmed. But no, these recent attacks seem to be targeting the drinking water of entire populations, which could lead to a major catastrophic cyber event as described by the World Economic Forum. This is the World Economic Forum's Global Cybersecurity Outlook for 2023, which was released exactly 1 year ago, where in it says that 93% of cyber leaders and 86% of business leaders believe that global geopolitical instability is moderately or very likely to lead to a catastrophic cyber event in the next 2 years. That was exactly 1 year ago, folks, leaving us exactly 1 year until the WEF's prediction comes true. So in today's video, we're going to talk about this upcoming false flag that we know is in the works, who is truly behind it, and most importantly, what you can do today to protect yourself and your family moving forward. But just before we do, guys, I think this is a great time to tell you about my friends at Patriot Gold Group so that you can hedge yourself against exactly what we know is coming down the pike. Guys, when you call that number on the screen, you'll get connected with a free investor's guide. This is a real live person, not some AI chatbot, but a real live person who's going to help you set up a financial plan moving forward. And what these guys do is they specialize in IRAs and 401ks that are backed by physical precious metals like gold and silver. This is an excellent hedge against the dollar crash, which we know is coming. This is a hedge against inflation, which is showing no signs of slowing. And it's really just a great way to get your hands on some real tangible assets like the gold and silver in the precious metal space. So again, guys, you call that number 888-270-8670. You're going to get connected with a free investor's guide. This is a PFT affiliate. So when you purchase gold through them, you're not only helping yourself and your family for what we know, as I said, is coming down the pike, but you're also helping me in the field of independent media. So it's truly a win-win situation, guys. Once again, call that number on the screen during business hours and get yourself set up before it's too late. Check out my friends at Patriot Gold Group. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at today's breaking news. The tiny Aliquippa Water Authority in Western Pennsylvania was perhaps the least suspecting victim of an international cyber attack. It had never had outside help in protecting its systems from a cyber attack, either at its existing plant that dates to the 1930s or the new 18.5 million one that it is building. Then it, along with several other water utilities, was struck by what federal authorities say are Iranian-backed hackers targeting a piece of equipment specifically because it was Israeli-made. So last month, the US authorities said that it was Chinese hackers that were responsible for messing with the US water utilities, and now they're saying it's Iranian-backed hackers that are the ones who are doing it. The danger, officials say, is hackers gaining control of automated equipment to shut down pumps that supply drinking water, or contaminate drinking water by reprogramming automated chemical treatments. And that's where things get dicey, because just about every single municipal utilities water facility out there has a system where they put fluoride in the water at certain levels. And as I'm sure most of you already know, ingesting too much fluoride can lead to death. Just look at what it says on the back of a tube of toothpaste. I exposed all of this in my 2011 piece titled Press for Truth Presents There's Something in the Water, where we visited a water treatment plant showing you just how dangerous water fluoridation can be, especially if so-called hackers mess with the preset levels. So it seems that the infrastructure to poison millions of people is there. And according to the World Economic Forum, we are now just 1 year away from a major catastrophic cyber event. This year's Outlook report reveals that 93% of cyber leaders and 86% of business leaders think it is moderately likely or very likely that global geopolitical instability will lead to a far-reaching catastrophic cyber event in the next 2 years. And in case you didn't know, these guys have a track record of getting these things exactly right. In 2019, the WEF launched a simulation to test what the public's reaction would be to a global pandemic scenario. And just a few months later, the exact same scenario played out in real life with COVID-19 '84. And now the WEF has another simulation called Polygon, which is predicting a global cybersecurity event that is soon to come. I reported on this in my video titled The Next False Flag Will Be a Cyber Attack on Global Supply Chains, Cyber Polygon Exposed, where I interviewed my friend James Corbett about the upcoming Cyber Polygon simulated event, how society is being conditioned for a real cyber attack to come, and most importantly, what you can do about it now to protect yourself and your family from this coming cyber catastrophe. And I will put links to all of this in the description below, but I think as of for now, there are a number of things that you can be doing today to protect yourself and your family from what we know is coming. And number one, I would say, is to get out of debt. When you have multiple credit cards and a line of credit and a mortgage, the powers that ought not be can squeeze your neck at any time they want simply by raising interest rates. Now, doing this is easier said than done because it's more often than not going to mean that you're going to have to potentially lower your standards of living so that you can afford to own something outright. But it's far better to own a shack with a garden outright than to be living in a mansion and be indebted to the banks. And that brings us to number two, make for yourself a self-sustainable food supply. A garden so that you do not have to rely on the grocery stores. Now, this is also something easier said than done, but honestly, it's something that anyone can do. You have to just dive in head first and start doing it. And number three, I think it's going to be important to get your assets out of the bank and out of the dollar and into the precious metal space by holding tangible assets like gold and silver. Gold and silver have a historical track record of maintaining their value in troubling times. And I think 2024 is going to present some challenges that are going to cause the precious metal space to skyrocket. So if you can get out of debt and then secure your own food supply with a self-sustainable garden, and ideally your own water supply as well, then move your assets out of the dollar, out of the banks, and into the precious metal space, you're gonna fare far better than the rest when the you-know-what hits the fan. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you guys yourself preparing for what we know is coming? And if not, why not? So that's all for today, my friends. I just wanted to bring all of that to your attention. Please don't forget to check out that top link in the description below to where you can find my friends at Patriot Gold Group. And don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most. And stay tuned, guys. We're gonna have more video reports coming soon, God willing. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.